Have you ever experienced this? You look around at friends, family members, colleagues, people who seem to have it all figured out while you're still struggling to find your path. Why can't I get to where they are, you wonder? What's their secret to success? The answer may be simpler than you think. Your present circumstances are intrinsically connected to your past experiences, choices, and mindset. Every outcome or situation you encounter today is shaped by the trajectory of your life up until now. The sages call this the source from which all results emanate. Imagine tossing a pebble into a still pond. The ripples spreading outward represent the results manifesting in this present moment. But those ripples were sparked into existence by the pebble's impact, the primary cause or source. Your life works the same way. Where you find yourself right now, be it in a state of hardship or abundance, can be traced back to a wellspring of formative influences from the past. This principle is sometimes commonly referred to as karma, because it represents the hidden, mysterious factors that coalesce to give birth to your daily reality. Much like the night sky's unseen processes that produce a new dawn. So does that mean your future is predetermined by past causes, with no room for positive change? Not necessarily. The relationship between the source conditions and their eventual manifestations is an intricate one, not just a simple linear chain of cause and effect. Take the science of wave phenomena. In physics, waves only amplify and resonate when they are vibrating in harmony with certain existing patterns or frequencies. You can try with all your might to force a new wave in an unnatural direction. But if the underlying conditions aren't aligned to make that possible, it simply won't work. Our lives are no different. Let's say you're striving to build a prosperous career, but your mindset and habits are inherently misaligned with that goal. No amount of feverish effort will inevitably produce your desired result. In fact, the very next moment could shatter all your progress through unforeseeable circumstances. Why? Because our reality is constantly shape-shifting in an interrelated causes and effects. One moment you're stuck in stagnating career, the next you get laid off unexpectedly. But in that period of unemployment, you have a flash of inspiration for a thriving new business idea. Every single experience builds upon, yet diverges from the last in mind-bending ways. This is a reflection of the truth that nothing exists in true independence. Everything is inextricably interconnected in an infinite web of conditionally arising phenomena. Take a look at the waves of the ocean as an example. From the perspective of an individual wave, each swell appears to be its own distinct solitary entity, cresting, ebbing and flowing with a sense of independence. But zoom out, and you'll realize each wave is simply an ephemeral expression of the ocean's vast, unified movement. This principle of interbeing extends to all of existence. Think of a tree growing in a forest. To the untrained eye, it seems like a solid, freestanding object, a model of stoic independence. But look closer through the lens of interdependence. Slowly, you start to perceive how inseparable that tree is from the web of life surrounding it. The tree's roots intertwine with millions of microorganisms in the soil that feed its growth. Its branches and leaves form inextricable biosystems with insects, fungi, and bacteria. The tree's very existence is dependent on rain cycles regulated by interconnected climate patterns. Its sustenance comes from the sun's light, generated by unfathomable nuclear complexities in the cosmos. Tracing further outward, you realize the entire majesty of the universe is encapsulated within and intertwined with this singular tree. Now imagine that all-encompassing interdependence reflected within your own human existence. At any given moment, your fundamental nature is one of constant change and flux at micro and macro levels, no different than the continuously shape-shifting tree. Yet, we tend to cling to an illusion of permanence, paradigm-shifting events notwithstanding. We may experience an extended period of relationship bliss, financial prosperity, or career success. But each of those constant personal realities is itself a kaleidoscope of spiritual and psychological earthquakes. Our sense of well-being or lack thereof transforms by the split second, based on cascading causes and conditions within and beyond our control. The underpinnings of change are so pervasive and granular that we usually fail to even perceive them in any given moment. Our mind stream remains a turbulent maelstrom of positive and negative thoughts, emotions, and personal narratives. These mutually arising phenomena bleed into a single overarching present moment, obscuring the unspeakable complexity of flux occurring under the surface. That's why spiritual sages preach the value of non-attachment and non-resistance. When we obsess over attaining or clinging to certain outcomes, we fundamentally misperceive the nature of existence. Every situation we experience is already perfect simply by being what it is, exquisitely appropriate to the interplay of causes that brought it into manifestation. The wise understand that progress and setbacks are not intrinsically good or bad. They're expressions of the universe's forces of creation and dissolution at play. Like a raging wildfire that fertilizes the soil for new growth, even the most catastrophically negative event contains the seeds for regeneration when we let go of our judgments. So if impermanence is the only constant, and outcomes are always in flux, based on an ungraspable matrix of intersecting influences, where does that leave us in our search for a fulfilling life? The answer is to continually align ourselves moment to moment with the deepest harmonies of existence rather than grasping at elusive end goals. How do we do that? Not by laboring to acquire arbitrary aspects of success, but by cultivating the positive source conditions that allow beneficial experiences to spontaneously emerge. Meditation can dissolve layers of negativity obscuring your awareness. Generosity and ethical conduct strengthen communal bonds that boomerang blessings your way. By spreading more kindness into the world, you literally reshape reality into a friendlier place for yourself. These positive seed actions reverberate across time and space, like waves amplifying across an ocean, though their eventual monster benefits may be unpredictable. But when you're steadily creating causes rooted in wisdom and compassion, you automatically attract uplifting life circumstances as consequential effects. In this light, we come to understand that striving toward any specific goal is still rooted in attachment and resistance. Rather than getting wrapped up in the theatrics of constantly changing phenomena, we learn to surrender to each moment with radical openness. Instead of judging an experience as good or bad, we simply allow it to blossom into the next highest vibrational expression of reality. Like a surfer riding an endless wave of rebirth, our role is to attune our being to life's deeper frequencies rather than clinging to oscillating surface states. By grounding into this living practice of presence and letting go, we discover that the keys to happiness, enlightenment, prosperity, and meaning were available all along, woven into each passing breath. The entire cosmos exists so that the truth of life's interdependence can be directly realized by any willing participant. You have the power in this very moment to let go of your attachments to results. Surrender completely to the great dance and become one with the infinite possibilities. Success was never about forcing a certain outcome or avoiding misfortune at all costs. It's about learning to harmonize with the unbroken flow of causes and conditions as a co-creator, allowing every transition in your human experience to be celebrated as a portal into the lightest, most vivid expression of the miracle we call existence. As we conclude, let's take a moment to express gratitude for the wisdom that reminds us of our interconnectedness and the importance of aligning with life's deeper flows. May this understanding open your hearts to embrace change, let go of attachments, and find peace amidst the ever-unfolding dance of causes and conditions. Walk forward with the reassurance that the keys to meaningful success and fulfillment reside in this very moment, available to anyone willing to awaken to reality's greatest mystery. Though the way may not always be clear, have faith that by anchoring your intentions in compassion and presence, the highest blessings will naturally unfurl before you. The entire universe conspires to support your flourishing. Go forth and allow its magic to work in and through you. Thank you for joining us in today's journey. If you find this useful, consider sharing to those who may benefit. Until next time.